All right. 3, 2, 4. Yo, what's up? Happy Friday to everybody. Welcome to another episode of Karlton Says Live. We are here live, getting ready to give you some entertainment news. But before we get all into that, I'm going to introduce my co-host for today. The ever so lovely, the beautiful, my co-host, Miss Ariel Cheese. She's right here with us. And then we also have our guest co-host for today, Miss Brandi Heath.
Hi guys.
How you guys doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go ahead and start. Let's start with the explosive episode of Scandal last night. If you saw it, I know it was a big episode. If you didn't, spoiler alert. So we have it
right,
for
here
you.
it is.
Here it is right here. Basically what happened in last night's episode of Scandal. B613 was shut down. They're trying to figure out a way to try to stop Olivia's mom from blowing up the president. So pretty much that's what she's a terrorist, she's trying to do all that. They enlisted the help of Eli Pope, which is Olivia Pope's dad. So they're all coming together, B613, Olivia Pope and associates, all one team trying to stop this bomb from exploding. However, they find the wrong place. It's not where they think it's going to be. And at the end, Eli's on the ground bleeding because he had an encounter with Mama Pope. And he's on the ground bleeding and everything. And we find out the bomb is actually at the funeral that the president is supposed to attend, where Sally Langston, the vice president, is, and the vice president-elect. So a lot of stuff going on. I just gave you kind of like a real short cliff note version of what happened. But let's talk about it a little bit, Brandi. What's your thoughts on the episode? I know you're a big Scandal fan. What's your thoughts? I know, like I said, we discussed a little bit about last week. Last week I was a little disappointed in last week's episode, but this week it seemed like a lot better.
Last week was slow moving, but I think this week, on purpose, she had us let down so that this week we would be so tuned in. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was so crazy. Just first off, the irony in that Mama Pope and Eli Pope are trying to keep Olivia away from Fitz. But then he's originally in command of this entire organization that's protecting him, but at the same time dangerous to him. I just think that it's so crazy. But I really don't want Eli to die.
I don't either.
I really don't want Eli to die, even though he's like this crazy character and, you know, he's trying to murder Fitz at one point and all this stuff. And now he's kind of like at Jake's throat and Olivia's in love with him or she likes him too. So I really don't want to see Eli go.
Team Papa Pope all day.
Yeah. Because he's protecting her.
Yes. At first you always have this hate for Eli Pope.
Right.
We didn't like him at first, but now we like him and we're just like, oh, we want him to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm Team Papa Pope now. I just don't want him to die. So I guess we'll find out next week. Yeah.
Excruciating.
I know. And then the sad part about it is we only had 8 episodes, so the finale is next week.
Right.
So we're done.
Oh boy.
Short-lived.
Well, at least you know you got a good finale coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna be awesome.
Right.
We'll hear about it next Friday.
Yeah. But I just kind of feel like we need more. You know what I'm saying? I understand the situation. Kerry Washington is pregnant. So, you know, that was the reason why maybe, you know, the episodes were cut short. But I just kind of feel like...
How many are there normally?
Well, it was supposed to be... It was 12 in the fall. It was supposed to be 12 in the spring.
Okay.
So we got... They cut 4. So we only get 8.
Gotcha. Okay.
So...
I could see how you could be disappointed.
Yeah, very much. With
Okay.
Grey still happening, and then they got this new show coming on after Scandal goes. It's called Black Box.
But what if we don't like it?
Right.
Right.
That's the main
real.
thing.
You took what we don't like.
Right.
Right. You could have stretched it out and hid Olivia away somewhere. Kidnap her.
Somewhere, put in a coma, and
Right.
then give us 4 more episodes, and then we
Exactly.
I just think there's so many
I think the characters
questions.
maintain well. You know, they could without.
Yeah.
There's so many questions that she's gonna have to. I'm expecting Shonda Rhimes to answer in this last episode, like the paternity test. I want to know about that, as far as, you know, whether or not that's really Fitz's son, which I don't think it is.
That's his brother.
Right. I just know that it's his brother, and I want her to spill the beans so bad, but she won't. It's okay. It's cool. Because I like the anticipation.
Yeah.
I want to know the paternity test results. I want to know is Olivia gonna answer Jake's question about did she feel something too? Because even though they have all this other drama going on, I like the storyline with the love. You know, I like that. So I mean, I want to know that. I want to know what's gonna happen to Fitz because he's not at the funeral, but something's got to go down. Something's got to go down.
Got to.
And then who's gonna be the VP? Is he gonna be reelected?
Right.
I mean, all of those questions is just up in the air. It's like, does she have enough time?
Yeah.
To answer all those
questions.
They might not all get answered.
Right. It's definitely gonna be a cliffhanger.
Right.
Definitely gonna be a cliffhanger.
It's the first episode of the next season.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, we'll tune into the season finale of Scandal next Thursday on ABC, and of course, we'll bring you our thoughts right here on Karlton Says Live. Now, next subject, we're gonna go into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. A lot of drama happening there. Now, Portia Williams. There was a big fight between Portia Williams and Kenya Moore on they already taped the reunion special. So there was a big fight going on allegedly, and allegedly Portia was on the way out the door to be fired. However, here's the twist. The housewives are coming together, banding together, saying, hey, if you get rid of Portia, you're getting rid of us. And we want to get rid of Kenya instead. Solidarity, right?
Yes. They are friends. And I mean, I think that's good because, you know, in the episodes, you kind of see where they kind of go back and forth with Portia sometimes. But it shows that they really do, you know, care about her, if anything, because they're saying, you know, she needs this. She needs this too, and let this be her opportunity. So I think it's nice. And if I could stand to see anybody go, it'd definitely be Kenya.
Why Kenya?
She's just so. She just doesn't do it for me. And it's just her attitude kind of sucks. Not that anyone else's is like too much better, but I just think she's just kind of negative energy. I don't think she has really a whole lot of good. Maybe there's just some good stuff she does.
Well, can I say this about the last episode that came out? I could have did without that. I'm sorry. I know it's sad with the dog.
Oh yeah,
that's really sad. But really, it took up majority of the episode. It was mostly Candy's play, and then it was Kenya's dog.
Because she doesn't have anything else interesting.
Now, her fake African boyfriend.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. I mean, I kind of felt bad for her when Velvet died. So she's not normally my favorite character, but I did feel bad when Velvet died. I've lost a couple of pets before, and it was, you know.
I mean, I lost a few pets too. I understand that, but
did it take your
why?
heartstrings?
No, it wasn't the fact that it took my heartstrings. It was the fact that it took up majority of the episode. Okay. It was like, why? Give her a little
couple of
her 2-minute scenes with that, and then let that be that.
So you want it full on Candy's wedding,
and then
Candy's preparation.
Not really
just
that.
Talk about somebody
just
else.
Some other people.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really want to see all the Candy's play either. I mean, I'm sure it was good, but I don't want to see all that either. It's just, to me, the episode, it wasn't really good to me. I'm sorry.
It wasn't the best.
Peter, don't come after me. Don't. You know, I mean, I feel R.I.P. Velvet.
Right.
Sadly, but I just don't think it should have took up majority of the episode. And then the finale, it looks like it's going to take up most of it too. Like, they had the funeral for Velvet and all sorts of stuff. It looks like it's going to be, again, Candy's play and Velvet. So, I don't know. But like I said, I guess we'll see what happens. They're not gonna fire Portia.
No,
because they're not gonna risk losing Nene or Candy because people like watching them.
Exactly.
So they're not gonna get rid of. And of course, with the whole Phaedra situation going on, they're gonna want that on camera.
Exactly. So you know she ain't going nowhere.
Just to break it down for those who may not know, Brandi looking at me like a little lost. So she just smiled like, oh. Basically, Apollo is under investigation because he laundered money, stole money, and also the fraudulent bank accounts and everything, and they're trying to say that Phaedra knew about it. So of course we're gonna want to get all that on the show next season. So they're definitely not gonna get rid of Portia.
Well, what I was silently thinking, Karlton, was that even if they're getting rid of this Kenya character, even though it's a reality TV show, I was thinking about the game and how, you know, they've been cutting people out and all that stuff, and I personally was like, if Tia's not there, I don't want to watch. Just because I felt like she was important, even though it's not a reality TV show. Maybe that's how they feel. Yeah. I mean, maybe they feel like that's why they watch it, because of her. And I like Tia, and I felt like her and Derwin were the main part of the game. And so if they took that away, it's like, well,
Tia was the game because Tia spun off the game. We said that last week. Tia spun off because she's Joan's cousin on Girlfriends. Right. So that's how the show started. So I mean, definitely get
maybe that's how they feel.
Maybe.
Could be.
Well, see, speaking of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Candy and Ty got married last Friday. So congratulations to Candy and Ty. Yay, Candy and Ty. Congratulations. Love is beautiful. Love is love. It's always a beautiful thing. However, if you guys have been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, Mama Joyce has been very vocal of her disapproval.
Hater cheese. Hater.
She's been very vocal about her disapproval of their relationship, calling Todd opportunist, saying that Todd slept with Candy's best friend Carmen. There's a lot of accusations going on. But the question I have for the panel is, when should family fall back out of your relationship? When should they just be like, you know what, let you be you, let you make your own mistakes and keep it moving? When should that happen? Or when should you tell your mom or your dad, hey, I need you to chill out with all that? When is it appropriate?
I think we all kind of learn that balance where, that your parents care about you.
Mm-hmm.
So they are going to, want to tell you, little things. And you listen to it and you just kind of move on by it. When it gets to be as persistent as Mama Joyce's is, it's like immediately. As soon as the attitude gets in that atmosphere, then we need to shut it down. Like, I love you, but this is something, I want to do. And I feel like that should have happened a long time ago. But if her mother has a consistent, track history of being a hater in her relationship.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think really it's because she's unhappy. Because she's taken a lot of energy to make her daughter unhappy and cause all this turmoil. And I think that if she had something to do with her time to maybe feel it, and something that makes her happy, I think that her attitude would be a whole lot better.
I think that the answer to that question is not like cut and dry. It's not black and white because everybody's family is different. Whereas, my mom and I are really close. But before the first time I tried to get married, we were not close. So it was hard to receive, her feedback on who I was going to marry. Versus the second go round, it was like, okay, maybe she does know what she's talking about.
Right.
But it's all based upon the dynamics of the family because you guys may have that rapport, you may not, or you may feel like you can trust them and think that they're being honest, or like you said, maybe she's just being jealous. You don't really know. So I think it's all based upon, I guess your relationship with your family first before you try to include them in a major decision like that. Because at the end of the day, Candy got to sleep with them. So,
exactly.
Right. That's real.
That's true.
Not Mama Joyce.
That's true.
Right.
So when does it go from, I guess, when does the line come? Because a lot of people are saying Candy should have set her mom straight. But she was saying, that's my mother, I'm not going to be disrespectful.
You don't have
when
to
does the line disrespectful? When is it just like, I don't care?
I think whenever we get together and you're like treating him the way that she goes at him, I think that's when. That's the time, hey, or even if you let it happen and then, die over, and then the next day, hey, we can't do this, because, we just can't do this. If this isn't going to be the right person for me, then let me figure that out. Just love me. That's really all I want you to do. And, sometimes in saying that, it helps, and they listen to you. So maybe she just really needs to let her, instead of playing the fence, because sometimes I think she might let her mother, talk that in her ear, and she doesn't say anything, so her mother keeps on going. And I think if you stop her, she, she'll get the picture, But
I think that, like, in the beginning of a relationship, when you guys are dating or when you're just engaged, whatever, you kind of formulate how they're going to treat this person. Because, I didn't have to say, Mom, don't say this and don't do that and don't. She understood by the way we all interacted, and she asked the question. It's like, that's none of your business. As simple as that. So you kind of build how they're going to treat you and your significant other.
Right.
You don't necessarily have to check them or be disrespectful, but if you need to, your loyalty is to him now. So if you feel like you need to check her, let her know, this is my business, this is my priority right now, then, you got to do what you got to do.
Right. And I'm not saying Candy is doing this, but I think a main thing is that I've learned, because I have sisters and I have a brother and everything, don't tell your family all your business that's going on with your relationship. Because here's the thing. When, let's say my sister or brother comes to me about their significant other, and they're upset, and they come to me about it, of course I'm going to take my sibling's side.
Right.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna be pissed off for a long time.
And I'm not gonna forget this.
Exactly.
Right.
But
you might move on.
You're gonna move on,
right.
but I'm gonna still be pissed, and I'm not gonna like your significant other. So that's why I'm coming at you at your significant other, because of what you told me about your relationship. So it's very important that you
keep your
family
and friends out of your business.
Exactly. That's a great way to tie that up and end this section.
Yes, all the way.
All the way. Big shout out, real quick. I can't not go without doing this. The Lion's Den.
All right.
Definitely check out the web series, The Lion's Den. It's a new episode is up now. www.youtube.com/The Lion's Den series. Just coming back off of 3 awards from the LA Web Fest: Outstanding Guest Actor, Outstanding Supporting Actress, and Outstanding Lead Actress. So congratulations to the cast. You guys are awesome. You guys are excellent. And just check out the episode. You guys are gonna love it. Now, here's where we're going next. Teaser. Mary Mary, Preachers of L.A. These shows, are they giving a bad name to Christian or gospel artists? We're going to talk about that with our special guest, Passionate. She's going to talk about her project, but we're going to talk to her about that subject as well. So for right now, we're going to go to her video, Stronger. So check it out, and we'll be right back.
You get strength to maintain, but it's a no fact. The more you train, and if you hang in there a little longer, that every push will only make you stronger. I'm strong. I'm good. I'm pushing. I won't stop now. No. I'm strong. I'm good. I'm running on to last. I'm holding on. I'm stronger. I'm running. I'm pushing. I won't stop now. No.
All right, we are back. Karlton says live. You see right beside me. Oh, look, a little ghost. It's okay. All right, beside me, I'm here with Passionate, my good friend Passionate. I'm so glad that she is here, and we're gonna talk. We're back here with the panel. We're gonna discuss her project, but first, let's get into this topic that I teased earlier. Now, you guys know of reality shows Mary Mary and Preachers of L.A. Different shows that are featuring Christians and gospel artists. You have preachers' daughters. Preachers' wives, it's different stuff like that. Now, are reality shows like these giving these gospel artists a bad name? And I'll tell you why I'm asking that, because I watch Mary Mary, I watch Preachers of LA, I love the shows, but on the recent episodes of Mary Mary, they kind of come off a little bullyish. Like, this is what's been going on to me. They're unhappy with their management with Mitch, and they are looking to get rid of him, and they're just saying he's doing all these things wrong and all this other stuff, and they're just kind of going in on him. Erica decided not to use him for her solo career, which is fine, but I just think it's the way that they're talking to him. I think it's a little bullyish, and I think a lot of people who are watching are a little turned off by Mary Mary, and it may be affecting their music and their ministry. So, Passion, I want to get your thoughts on this. Are reality shows like these affecting Christian artists?
In a sense, I don't believe they are. I believe it's becoming more transparent into the lives. A lot of time in Christianity, we want to mask things, and we want to pretend that things don't exist. When I was watching one episode, and she was, explaining to Erica about her situation, about her husband cheating on her, and she was like, "You don't want me to be more stable than I am. You're trying to make me not feel what I feel." And sometimes we as Christians do that. We kind of try to mask it. But however, there's a tasteful way in doing it. You want to express your feelings. You want to allow people to know what's going on in your life, feel your hurt, feel your pain. But at the same time, everything we learn as Christians are lessons. So what we go through, we're persecuted for God. You know what I'm saying? All these things are contained in the Bible. It tells you the righteous shall suffer persecution. It tells you that in the Bible. You're going to go through things. Many may be your afflictions, but God shall deliver you out of them all. You already know you're going to go through stuff. So whatever you're learning, they're learning lessons. And so what you do is, I go through things, but what I'm going to do with my trials and tribulations, I'm going to teach you how to come out of them. I'm not going to teach you how to wallow in it, but I'm going to teach you how to come out of them. So
Right.
that's my perspective.
And I agree with you on some point as far as the transparency. I appreciate them being real and letting us inside of what's going on. However, like I said, I'm gonna look at you like I look at anybody else. Though I don't appreciate you coming. I just don't like the way they're treating Mitch. I don't like that. I appreciate y'all being real and showing us what you're going through. I get it, but at the same time, it's like the way they treat people sometimes. It's not appropriate. I don't like it. And then going to Preachers of LA, I love the show. I thought it was good to see behind the scenes of what's going on. However, Dietrich Hatton is a mess. Get your life. I didn't like how he was acting. I feel like he was purposely trying to be the ish starter of the show to get ratings. That's what I saw.
Agreed. He's real extra.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it just,
he is.
I mean, and like I said again, I don't have a problem with you being real. We all go through stuff. And don't be fake, don't be phony. Act like you're this way, but you're actually that way. So I appreciate the transparency, but at the same time, okay, if we're gonna be transparent, then let me be transparent with you. I don't like when you do A, B, and C. So that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and when I say is it affecting the ministry, unfortunately, everybody is not on that same walk with Christ. You know, so like you have the babes in Christ who are looking at Mary as if, unfortunately, they're putting them on a pedestal, unfortunately. You know, and they are models. Yeah, and they are human, but little baby Christians are looking at Mary and saying, "Oh, that's how you act." Then I don't know if I want to be a part of that. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. That's the society we live in. So I don't know. Like I said again, and the whole Teddy and Tina situation. I appreciate the honesty. I definitely do, but it's not gonna get fixed unless you cut the cameras off.
Right.
Well, that's true.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Of course, and that's something that needs to be handled behind closed doors. Because you're not gonna get any real truths or any, anything while that camera is rolling, because he's still gonna have that guard up, and that's something that just needs to be between the two of them if they want to get it resolved.
Exactly. I think Tina does want to work on it. I think that's what I'm getting. Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be resolved on the camera. I'm sorry. I just, because at the end of the day, you're in a reality show, but you know the camera is there. And there's certain things you're not going to say, and there's certain things you're not going to do in front of the camera.
Because everything is not meant for everyone to hear. And they should, hopefully she'll consider that and, not do a second season while they're trying to get the relationship together.
Right.
Or at least not discuss her relationship on camera.
That's how, but we found out via Ebony or whatever magazine they were in. That's how I found out about the affair, was on the magazine.
I see.
So she put it out there, and then it was just like, okay,
wildfire,
explosion,
right?
Boom. Which again, I appreciate the transparency. Thank you for being open and real with us about your situation. But now that we know, okay, let's try to make stuff to fix it if we're going to fix it.
Show us how you're going to fix it. Now, show us that that step.
Just like what Passion was saying, it's like how do you get through it?
Yep.
We need to see what you're doing to get through it. Exactly. Exactly. Now let's talk about Passion. She's here to talk about her project. Tell us about the concert you got going on. You got a lot of things happening. I'm so proud of this girl. I'm so happy for her. What you got going on? Tell us about it. Promote yourself. This is your time.
Okay, I am passionate. My first Unplugged event is coming up April 19th. Make sure you guys get your tickets. You can get it on Eventbrite, and you can also get them at Hats Off Lounge in North Augusta. But this is a way of reintroducing myself to the community and what I do. I am an independent artist coming from Augusta. I have done things such as the BET Music Matters Tour. I've opened up for Mary. I've opened up for Chrisette Michelle, and some of the artists that was included on the BET Music Matters Tour was Melanie Fiona, Anthony David, and Marsha Ambrosia. So I have had the opportunity to do some pretty big things in my life. So
talk about that. How was that experience? Like, there are people who are saying, "Wow, that's what I want to do." So talk about your experience being a part of Music Matters.
It was awesome. The stage was so big, and I got the experience. I don't know, man. I can't even explain it how it was. It was so impactful for me, because I know some artists that come from here don't get opportunities like
Right.
that. So when I got that opportunity, I was like, oh my God, anything is possible
Right.
for anybody that's trying to achieve their dream.
Okay. Why, you said in reintroduction of who you are. Why the reintroduction? Like, why do we need to be introduced to who Passionate is?
Because I feel like people don't really know who I am. They just know me as the artist that travels around and do shows. And when I first began, I kind of was growing. I was just growing up, going through life.
Right.
And I ended up having a baby out of wedlock. So it was like, oh my God, not the Christian girl. So it was a rough experience for me, but I had to explain myself, this is me growing up. You really don't know who I am. You just know me as the Christian artist. Just like we was explaining about the artist. Sometimes you don't know them. You just know what they can do.
Right.
So I feel like sometimes people can dehumanize Christian artists. So me, I'm like, okay, look, this is who I am. So my show is about transparency.
Okay.
This is who I am. Let me reintroduce y'all to me and let you know that I am a flawed human being.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna wallow in it. And y'all, you're not gonna get the opportunity to just see me act up. I'm learning from my lessons.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Now, we saw in the break the video Stronger. Tell us about that. Like, tell us about the song and what inspired the video.
All my situations that I went through inspired the video. Friends, it talks about friends, sadness, my mistakes. It's basically me. I went through so much, but through it all, I'm stronger for it. All my situations made me into this stronger person. So that's how the video evolved, the message.
Okay. Cheese, Brandi, you have any questions for Passionate?
I just think it's a cool point that you made about dehumanizing, I guess, artists or just anybody that can potentially be idolized. What happened to you to, stumble upon that, like, people are going to dehumanize, or I need to reintroduce myself because I've been an image instead of actually an artist?
It happened when I just got all the criticism and the negativity. It flew at me. It's like, you supposed to be this artist. You supposed to be this.
Right.
You're not supposed to make mistakes. They put me on the pedestal that I didn't put myself on, and they wanted me to be this image that I didn't say I was. It just happened. The music happened. My first initial thought, so when I came out as an artist, was I just want to share. And it went in a direction that I didn't know was gonna head. And so when it headed there, I didn't know, like, I need to brace myself. I need to be more Christian. I need to be more saved. I didn't know that. So I was just being me.
Right.
And being me was doing the things that I've always done, even before I got saved. Having sex and I wasn't married. I was doing that stuff. And I'm not trying to act like I'm giving myself an excuse, but that's what I was doing.
Right.
But now I know better. So
Right.
now that I know better, I'm going to do better, and I'm going to teach the message of, wait, hold on, get married first, do it the right way, so you won't have to have all of this slack that comes with doing things the wrong way. Yes.
I mean, it sounds like you definitely have a good message that you're spreading out. And where do you see yourself, like, maybe in the next 5 years with your career?
Well, I do see myself I think I'm more focused on my daughter than me. I see my career going somewhere, but I think she's going to go even further. So I'm just, with school, I want to get my master's in counseling, but I don't know where the music is going, but this is what I'm doing for now.
Okay.
I'm just more focused on family now.
And real quickly, I know you just mentioned your daughter, and I know that she's pretty talented also.
Yes.
Tell us just a little bit about how deep this creativity lies.
She's the youngest author in Augusta. She wrote a book called Flowers Blooming. And you guys can find her on www.tierraduggar.com. So she wrote a book. So she's out there.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's
It's
right.
amazing. I love it. Mother-daughter duo. I'm so proud of them. I'm with Shauna, but I know she's passionate, but I've known Shauna for a long time now.
Yes,
We developed a beautiful friendship, brother-sister relationship, and I'm just so proud of her. I'm proud of Tiara. I've seen her. I remember she was a little shy little girl, and now she's doing big things. So I'm just proud of her. Shauna, tell us about your event one more time. Let's put it out there so people can definitely come out and support you. Tell us about your event, The Journey, one more time.
It's The Journey, the Unplugged Experience. It's happening Saturday, April 19th, 2014 at Green Light Sound Studio. And you can find that at 1030 Reynolds Street, Augusta, Georgia, 30901. And the doors open at 7 and the show begins at 8 p.m. Advance tickets $5 and at the door $10. Now make sure I put a link on the video later on so you guys can see it.
Awesome. We'll definitely make sure we do that. Guys, Augusta CSRA, please come out. We need to support our own. We definitely do. That's the big thing I'm trying to promote here on Karlton Says Live. We definitely do need to show more love to those of us who are doing things here in the community. So that's the only way we're going to prosper and that's the only way we're going to move forward. With that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the episode of Karlton Says Live. Thank you, Passionate, for joining me today as our special guest. Thank you for Cheese always being here. She's so energetic and so lovely. She says Friday's her favorite day of the week, so that gives me chills. Awesome. So thank you, Cheese, and thank you, Brandi, for being our special co-host today. Thank you for bringing a lot of insight and bringing your Brandiness to the show.
Awesome.
Thank y'all. We'll see y'all next Friday. Karlton Says Live.
Bye, guys.
Be easy.